are back. Welcome to another edition of the Sports Report. And we are back. We got the full crew in the house. That is what it's all about. The Yankees, out of any team in the league, are the best equipped to handle a blow like this.
I think there is a higher power at play here. He's due law of averages. That dude is the ultimate scrub. It's trash. Yeah. Every person you have in there is fucking trash.
Next game, you're going to see a big performance. You can see it in the end of the game, and I'm just totally stoked and excited for this.
And we are back. Welcome to another edition of the Sports Report. And once again, it is the Tony and Barnes show. Anthony, how are you, my friend?
I'm doing well, Brian. I'm here with you. Can't be happier.
Yeah. I mean, other than the Yankees failing to clinch the division last night, obviously a little tough losing in extras. We'll get to that in a second. First, we do have to conclude week 3 of the NFL season. So let's go to the world of the National Football League.
6 for 101, 2 touchdowns. To Evans, touchdown, Tampa Bay. How about that throw? Sam Darnold blasted. Oh my goodness, did he take a hit? In trouble once, brings him down. Lost one for Odell Beckham Jr. Got it down, touchdown.
All right,
Tony. So week 3 did conclude last night with the Dallas Cowboys coming back to defeat the New York Giants 23-16 as the Giants lose their first game of the season and their 7th straight Monday Night Football game. I believe, I want to say they've lost like 8 out of 10 to Dallas. So really have not had a lot of success against them of recent. And you look at this, Cooper Rush, he moves to 3-0, as a career as a starter, winning last week, winning last year versus the Vikings and winning last night as he goes 21 of 31 for 215, 1 touchdown, was not sacked. And the running game was churning. Even Zeke looked like he had a little pop.
I would have thought.
Tony Pollard leading the way, though, 13 carries, 105 yards. Zeke 15 for 73 with a score. And CD Lamb had a really nice catch. I'm not sure if you caught that one, but very impressive. Like, I guess it was like a one-handed catch.
Yeah, it was.
Nice. And so he goes 8 for 87 and a touchdown. And the Cowboys defense really stepping up here, sacking Daniel Jones 5 times, including 3 sacks for DeMarcus Lawrence, and then Donovan Wilson and Durance Armstrong joining the party as well. Brett Maher hitting 3 field goals, missing a 59-yarder, but making 3 other ones, including a 44-yard field goal. And Dallas outscoring the Giants 10-3 in the fourth quarter, and they had that go-ahead score late to take the lead, and unfortunately the Giants they kick a field goal, but they do stop Dallas but aren't able to complete a drive as they're picked off. But you look at it, so just to kind of give you a full synopsis, the first quarter and first half, really very light on scoring. You had a Maher 26-yard field goal with 2 minutes and 9 seconds left in the first. Graham Gano from 42 yards out to tie the game at 3 with 11:17 left in the second. And then Brett Maher from 28 with 9:09 left in the second to make it 6-3 Dallas going into the half. Graham Gano, 51-yarder, 9:02 left in the third to tie the game at 6.
Real kicker's game, huh, dude?
Real kicker's game. So if you had, Gano or Maher on your fantasy team, you were cheesing about this one. Saquon Barkley, a 36-yard touchdown run to make it 13-6 Giants. Unfortunately, from that point on, they were outscored 17-3. Including a Zeke Elliott 1-yard touchdown run, 27 seconds left in the third. CD Lamb, a touchdown, 8:30 left in the fourth to make it 20-13. Maher adds a 44-yard field goal to make it 23-13. And then Graham Gano hits from 51 to make it 23-16. But I mentioned a late interception by Daniel Jones and the Giants do fall from the ranks of the undefeated. And I mean, you have to be impressed with Dallas here. Obviously, backs against the wall, looking terrible in their opening game, losing their starting quarterback. You go with a guy going into these last 2 games who only had 1 career start, had been waived on practice squads, and here you are, and you're sitting at 2-1, and you're 1 game back of the Eagles for first in the division. Defense looks great, and you'd only expect the offense to improve, when Dak's back healthy, when Dalton Schultz is back healthy, when Michael Gallup is back healthy. So a lot to look forward to on the Dallas side of things. And for the Giants, I mean, it just kind of the same old, I feel, I mean, the one thing that I have been surprised about through these first 3 games, Saquon Barkley looks back. I think it's limited on what he can do depending on the scenario. This game, obviously trailing, you couldn't run the ball a lot late, but
Right.
14 for 81, 5.8 yards a carry, including, a 36-yard score. I mean, that's impressive. He also caught 4 passes out of the backfield for 45 yards. But Jones, I mean, yeah, sure, 79 yards on the ground rushing. You like to see that. And I think he picked up 5 or 6 first downs on the ground, but 196 through the air, only 20 of 37, 1 pick, no touchdowns, 5.3 yards an attempt, 41 QBR. That's not going to win in the National Football League. So I think he kind of just showed why everyone's had concerns about him ever since the Giants selected him with the 6th overall pick. And also, you saw that ugly injury to Sterling Shepard, non-contact. I haven't seen an update on it today, but you would imagine by looking at that's a season ender. And Kenny Galladay got some more snaps this game, had a terrible drop. Tony's still injured, so that receiving core is banged up. You have confidence in the run game. The defense played all right despite not sacking Cooper Rush. But I think there's, for a 2-1 football team, a surprise 2-1 start, I think there remains a very good amount of concern for this New York Giants team in terms of being able to contend the rest of the season.
Yeah, I think a serious flaw is honestly their offensive line, which has been an issue for a while now. I mean, you mentioned Jones, having, a lackluster performance through the air, but a decent ground game. You mentioned 79 yards rushing. Obviously, it's not really, these plays aren't designed to have Jones rushing. I mean, yeah, and he got sacked 5 times, and the times where he had to run because he was just scrambling. He had no time to kind of sit in that pocket, uncontested, feel comfortable, take his time, make a good throw. Even that first half, I mean, it looked good with him running. I mean, he was juking some people out. He was looking pretty nimble. He had some hard cuts up the sideline as well. Gritty runs, like you mentioned, getting some first downs and stuff like that. But I mean, that's not what he should be doing. He should be, letting that ball fly through the air, and he's not really having that opportunity, which is, yeah, it's going to be an issue. You're not going to have as much offense when, you can't pass. Like you mentioned, late in the game, you're down, you're not running the ball, you're trying to pass, but he has no time.
Right. Or receivers.
Or yeah, at
or
this
a
point,
line.
Receivers. Yeah, exactly. It's
So,
he has nothing really
here
around
we
him, dude.
are.
So
3 weeks in, everyone's excited going to this game, and we have the same problems that we've seen the last couple of years.
but first says no rushing. You meant running for his life.
And who needs Dak Prescott? I mean, Rush has played well. And if I know, you obviously want insurance. We've seen Dak have some injuries the last couple of years, but if I was the Cowboys, I mean, come trade deadline time or the offseason, I would use this as an opportunity to get something back for Cooper Rush, because obviously he's shown he could fill in. But of course, once Dak is healthy, I know Jerry's saying, he'd walk back from the Meadowlands, if there's a quarterback competition between the two of them. But Dak Prescott's going to be your quarterback. I know Before says who needs Dak, but Dak's a good quarterback. It was obviously a tough week 1. But I love what I see out of this defense. I love what I see out of the running game, and I can't see why the Dallas pass game is not going to improve. When you get back Gallup, you get back Schultz, and you get back Dak. I do think, it seemed like very alarming after that first game. I see no reason why Dallas can't compete here, challenge Philadelphia for the division.
Oh yeah.
Obviously I know the Eagles, have been impressive. But I just think it's like, we can't get ahead of ourselves. They're already Scott Van Pelt on the post game, Sports Center last night was already talking about potentially him as the front runner for MVP. I mean, first of all, let's not get crazy, but second of all, Jalen Hurts, like he's had a great start to the season, but how do you not say Lamar Jackson?
Yeah,
I mean,
let's take it easy here.
Right. So I think that was a little ridiculous, but these early season kind of assertions, you see that all the time. And
I hate it.
In Philadelphia, I mean, sure, 3-0 is great, but also, 6.5-point home favorites here against Jacksonville, who's looked great. I don't think you can walk into that game and assume that they're going to win that one, and then, Dallas on their side, they get Washington next week. I think that's a terrible matchup for Washington with Dallas's defensive line. I mentioned Lawrence having the 3 sacks. I know he's banged up. I think he should be okay. But you know what Micah Parsons does? And it's just like we saw Wentz get sacked 9 times. I mean, I would think, the Dallas pass rush is better than the Philadelphia pass rush. So I think that bodes well for them. And I think it's impressive what they've been able to do, kind of a reincarnation of Ezekiel Elliott, less carries, more pop. And Tony Pollard, I'm impressed with Tony Pollard, honestly. I think
you love Tony.
Tony Pollard could be a 1,500-yard rusher if he's getting, 250, 275 carries. I mean, as you look at his yards per carry over his career, he's consistently answered the call when he's received it. So
very
Uncle
good,
Tony, one of my favorites out there.
We'll have to see it, Brian.
And you look on the other side of things. So, I mentioned obviously Dallas, that divisional matchup against Washington next week. The Giants with a game against the Bears. And, of course, Justin Fields, I mean, looks like he can't pass his way out of a paper bag. And it's not, all on him. I think the Bears, just like the Giants, have a weak offensive line. Not to mention maybe not a good offensive scheme. I smell a rat. But at the same time, would we be that surprised in a week if we're looking at this and the Giants lose this game to the Bears? I mean, we saw what Khalil Herbert did on the ground last week against Houston. So it's just funny how quickly things can change. We saw the rhetoric with the Jets change this week.
Is their defense kind of shoddy, Chicago?
It's not bad. You know what I mean? It's probably not as good as Dallas's defense, but also, I mean, you know what I mean? It's not awful. And, we've seen with the Giants, I think really, for them to have success, Barkley's got to get 20 plus carries every game, and then the defense has to create pressure. I mean, no sacks against Cooper Rush.
Not good.
And especially against the Dallas offensive lines, it's not great either. And I
mean, come on, dude. The backup QB, I feel like if you pressure him a little bit,
but he did a good job avoiding the rush. I mean,
he did.
There's no doubt about it. So that NFC East, I think, is going to be interesting, but definitely been a good start to this NFL season. And I can't wait for Thursday. I mean, Dolphins, Bengals, Bengals backs against the wall here, looking to avoid that 1-3 start. Dolphins, one of the hottest teams in the league. Tua, coming off that injury.
Is he going through concussion protocol?
I guess they said he already went through it twice, and it's not that, it's his back. But I think that's a bunch of Mike McDaniel, I think hitting the hashish a little too much, trying to pull a fast one over us. But just looking ahead at this early, I expect I honestly wouldn't be surprised because you look at the Miami Dolphins. I mean, for the first time in a very long time, starting out 3-0, there's a lot of expectations on this team. I would not be surprised if they lost by, double digits here against the Bengals, because I think, everyone likes to write out the Bengals, tough start, whatever. Looks like they were finding their way last week, and I just think they're going to continue to do so. And I think a primetime spot for the Dolphins here, Tua, I could see him getting exposed. And I'm not saying all of a sudden now he's going to fall off a cliff or anything, but I just think we need to pump the brakes when we're saying like already, the Dolphins are one of the best teams in the National Football League. I think it's way too early to say that. And I do expect the Bengals, like I said, to rebound from that 0-2 start. Good win last week against the Jets, and then, continue on, going into this week 4 matchup. So 8:15 Prime Video on Thursday. And I'm just excited. I think it's pretty much official at this point, and I really am so curious, what Michael's gonna say about this. But the Jets game against Chokery Steelers next week.
And Renee's.
Or this week, technically, yes, and Renee's in the Steel City. The Steelers, of course, sans TJ Watt. However, a lot of playmakers, on that defense. And Zach coming off the injury, the Jets offense, not moving the ball great the last couple games. Last game, obviously the game before they did. I mean, what are you honestly anticipating here, Michael? Is this going to be a dogfight game, low scoring, Zach toughing it out? I mean, what are you forecasting?
I'm forecasting the second overall pick, proving and showing and silencing all the Barnes haters out there that think this is another Geno Smith,
Sam Darnold,
another Sam Darnold, another, dare I say, Mark Sanchez, but it's not. For the first time in Jets history, we have our quarterback. 41-7.
Wow. That would be something.
Everybody's saying, oh, the Steelers are...
Wow.
No.
Wow.
Well, say the same Steelers. I don't give a shit. Everybody knows it. Trubisky sucks. And even if they put the rookie in, he's not ready right now. Especially our defense is not the defense you want to put a rookie out with for the first game. No way.
Well, and I think, what you said about not being the same old Steelers, I agree with that. And I think, there's a lot of people around the league would say, okay, Wilson looks okay. I mean, they're not supposed to win the game. And I don't buy that. I think, this is a good opportunity. When the schedule came out this year, you weren't assuming a win against the Steelers. Now they're without the defensive player of the year. You got to take advantage of this opportunity.
Yeah, 100%.
Their offenses look terrible.
Horrible.
Najee nursing the
2
list
touchdowns
rank.
for our defense alone.
Father
Brian.
Time
is undefeated.
let's get Sauce Gardner. His first career touchdown. Pick six.
He played well against Jamar Chase.
Yeah,
he's been doing really well. I don't think there wasn't much let up when he was guarding him. So,
Jinx. I'm looking forward to that one. 1:00, of course, in Pittsburgh. Just curious before we switch gears here, Tony, what are you thinking about this matchup here with the Jets and the Steelers?
I've been kind of down on the Steelers since week 1,
Mhm.
so I'm going to be continuing to go. Not to go down on the Steelers, but to be down on the Steelers. I say Jets roll them over, dude. I think the Steelers have not a leg to stand on.
Wow.
Honestly.
Wow.
Yeah.
So no longer Zach Wilson?
No. no longer Zach Wilson.
Wow. I'll be pumped up. I want to see it. I really do. And before, I guess, one more.
He does. He has a prediction. Tua Tagovailoa will lead the Dolphins and make the Super Bowl this season.
That would be crazy.
No way.
But I think no chance because
It was just crazy.
I know they just beat them. I don't think in the playoffs, especially in Buffalo. And I know, head to head, but we'll see how the Dolphins do the next couple games. I don't think they're beating them in a playoff game. I don't think they're beating the Chiefs.
Mr. Poo-Poo.
In a playoff game, or even the Ravens.
Ravens.
I know, they just beat the Ravens, but I don't know, man. Lamar Jackson, I think, is so pumped up. I wouldn't be surprised, Tony. Somehow the Ravens find their way back to the big game.
No, I don't know, man.
Well,
Lamar seems pretty cool, I guess. Right now.
But what are you questioning other than that about the Ravens? You got the best kicker of all time in Justin Tucker.
Right. I just feel like Lamar still got to give you another game where you're pretty accurate. And then I can be like, all right, this guy's been working on some stuff. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. No. I hear you.
Well, are you all in on Jackson right now?
All in on Jackson and
really
talk about the game of the week, Tony. Ravens hosting the Bills, 1:00, CBS. Seems like an Iron Eagle game.
Is today Friday? Are we
It's football season, man. We're all pumped up. We're ready for the return of Sack. But a couple days away, we'll get more in depth for that Thursday night football game. But for now, let's go to the world of Major League Baseball.
2-2, he got him swinging. A back-to-back strikeouts for Robbie Ray. There's damage right there. Shohei, way, Sayonara. Where did that land? Stuck to Chapman, who leaps up and grabs it.
Story spins and fires. Out at first. There it goes. See ya. Home run, Aaron Judge.
Somehow, some way, we are still waiting for number 61 as the Yankees fall to Toronto 3-2 in extra innings last night.
Very tough.
Definitely a tough loss. We'll talk about how we got there. To start this one out, Judge singles to lead off the game. Rizzo doubles. So you got second and third, nobody out. Gleyber Torres hits a sac fly.
Look at him right there, walking to the plate.
The legend. And then Josh Donaldson, unfortunately, flies out to left, not deep enough to get the run in, and then Stanton strikes out. So you pick up a run there. Luis Severino retires the Jays in order. Bottom of the first, top second, Cabrera and Bader go down, but IKF with his fourth home run of the season to make it 2-0 Yankees. So he felt pretty good there. Bottom of the second, Sevy makes use of the his strikeouts, 2 strikeouts here, retires the Jays. Top third, Yankees go down 1, 2, and 3. Bottom third, Sevy, no problem once again. Yankees go down 1, 2, 3 in the fourth, and then the bottom of the fourth, unfortunately, courtesy, of course, of an IKF error. The Yankees, unfortunately give back the lead here. So you had Bo Bichette single to right. You had Vlad reaching on that error. And then Alondra Kirk walks to load the bases. Chapman flies out to center. But then Teoscar Hernandez doubles to deep center, scoring Bo Bichette and Vlad Guerrero Jr. And believe it or not, from that point on, in regulation, we did not get any offense. Sevy, the bullpen, everybody does their job. But unfortunately, you start the top of the 10th inning. You have, the ghost runner on second. And unfortunately, Harrison Bader strikes out. You do get a walk of IKF, but then Jose Trevino strikes out as well. They walk Judge. Rizzo grounds out. So still 2-2, going to the bottom of the 10th. Clark Schmidt in the game for the Yankees. He strikes out George Springer. He gets Bo Bichette to fly out. So you got a runner on second, 2 outs. Vlad Guerrero Jr. up. And there is a mound confrontation. And, the conventional wisdom with Alejandro Kirk, on deck, who's no slouch himself, but obviously not the MVP candidate that Vlad Guerrero Jr. is. You would expect them to walk him. They don't. First pitch slider, single, walk it off. Jays win, I think, the most losses in the majors in extra innings, the Yankees 11. So they fall 3-2, and we have to wait one more day, for Judge to hit 61 for the Yankees to clinch this division. It's just really a shame because I felt like if they were able to just get out of that inning, the next inning, they would have put a couple of runs across. But I don't know, man. Like, besides that, you should have walked Vlad. I mean, how is the first pitch of that at bat a slider hanging over the plate? Tony?
I know. I mean, obviously, that's not exactly what he wanted, where he wanted that slider to go, I would imagine. But still, how do you not just like fastball up and in right away?
Yeah,
right away.
Nothing
dude.
That's appetizing.
Yeah,
you know what I mean.
Like back him off the plate a little bit.
Come on. But did you agree with the move to even pitch to him, or if it was up to you, would you have walked him like the Jays did the previous half inning to Aaron Judge with runners on?
Yeah, probably. When you think about it, let's see. If I'm walking Guerrero, Kirk, dude, their DH would be up next.
Yeah, and he's not having a bad year.
292, but over 2 last night with 2 walks.
Yeah, it's just like him or Vlad Guerrero. It's not even a conversation.
I know, and at that point, it really shouldn't be at all, dude. So bad decision there, to be honest. Why? Just why, dude?
Why? Anyway, Tony.
Hindsight 2020.
Hindsight is 2020, and I know that we're gonna do it tonight.
So first says thanks, Aaron Boone.
So I'm not that tight, and I think it's a good opportunity for the offensive. So that kind of annoys me. Had, I want to say 14 strikeouts maybe last night or more.
Really?
Jose Barrios on the hill, so good opportunity to get some runs early. Tyone looking for his 14th victory of the season against 5 losses, 3.90 ERA. So I think this is the night, clinch the division, at least get 61. I mean, you feel bad.
Dude, 14 strikeouts, dude.
Yeah.
Judge had 2. Stan and Bader both had 3 each. Donaldson had 2. Trevino had 2. That's not good, dude.
Yeah, but listen.
Gosman's a good pitcher, though.
Oh, Gosman's a good pitcher.
But I was watching some at-bats. I mean, I feel like a lot of them, not even just Judge, but like a lot of batters are just falling behind so quickly.
Mm-hmm.
And against a pitcher like Gosman, I mean, come on, dude. You can't fall down 0-2 and then just expect to battle back or something. Like, you got to get a little aggressive here, you know?
Yeah, and you watch, though, they'll attack Barrios early tonight. I think he doesn't even make it to the 4th, and, we'll talk more about it, but I think they'll get it done. And you feel bad for Roger Maris Jr. having to go to all these games. He's in New York.
Mm-hmm.
They're planning, a celebration for him on the field with Judge. Doesn't get it. Now he's in Toronto. He still doesn't do it the first game. But he says he doesn't want to miss out on the moment.
Yeah, free games, right?
I would imagine.
Come on, dude.
So it'll be interesting to see, if that happens tonight. But time will tell.
You think it will?
Oh yeah,
honestly,
yeah.
But you said that he would have gotten it already, though.
He would have, but
he didn't.
He didn't. But he's gonna tonight. He just because Tony, eventually it's gonna happen. I mean, come on, it's been 6 games.
Would you rather him at this point just do it back home, Yankee Stadium? Like, honestly, when are they going back?
No,
home?
You know what I would like after this series, but
Friday.
Yeah, what I would like is for him to hit 61 tonight. Maybe he doesn't hit 62 tomorrow, and then 62 at the stadium. But get Zach Campbell out of the stadium. He cannot catch this fly ball. The guy that rats and catches all the home runs. Nobody likes him.
Yeah, no.
But time will tell. And just in terms of the pick segment, I go 2-1 last night. You went 1-2, so 27-19-1 versus 22-8. And obviously last night short on the baseball. But tonight back to a full schedule. Which you love to see, and
finally, dude.
The return to the field for your New York Mets, Tony. The polar bear and the boys. The boys, you got that Carrasco Lopez matchup. I know you're itching to watch it. 7:10 from Citi Field. So I'm guessing you'd like to start there.
That is where I'd like to start. In Citi Field here. Carlos Carrasco. I don't know, dude. The guy kind of pisses me off a little bit. I mean, you just talk about someone who, has decent stats, I suppose. He's 15-6 in the season, which is a good record, obviously. 3.79 ERA, which you would like to see a few ticks down from that. Obviously, his last couple starts, his last start wasn't great against Milwaukee. 4 innings. 3 earned runs, 5 hits. Especially when you look at his previous start, against Pittsburgh, which is arguably his, I guess most productive start of the year. At 6 innings, 1 earned run, 11 Ks. Reaching his strikeout, highest amount of strikeouts in a start for the year here. And then I just feel like it's every other game with him is good. Every other game with him is bad. I want to say, against Miami here, the off-speed pitches, I think would be pretty good. At least against Miami, when you think about it, I feel like Miami, youngish team, they're quick for sure. But I mean, with Carrasco, a little bit more of a veteran pitcher, knows how to pitch around them. Hopefully, is just his location is what his issue is. I don't know why it's been so inconsistent. I'm Craig O. It's just very weird to me that's been an issue for him. But nonetheless, I mean, we've seen his stuff. We've seen how he can, make batters fan on a lot of balls. We saw that against Pittsburgh, and I think he'll emulate something like that against Miami here. And of course, you have Pete Alonso, who has been heating up I think he had a 4-hit game his last game.
Sitting on 39
Sitting on
home
39
runs.
home runs, 126 RBIs, I think,
Mhm.
or 27, somewhere around there. I think against Pablo here, who is a good pitcher. I think you're going to see Pete Alonso get that big 4-0 as over in Toronto. Judge will be homerless tonight. And I think the Mets, will kind of walk into a nice victory here at home for their 98th win. They're still reaching 100 before the Yankees. I know that. I would say the Mets take this one, let's say 4-1.
All right. So I mentioned the Yankees, the Jays, and Judge hitting number 61. I think he's so sick of it, Tony. First pitch from Barrios.
No
I think
way.
he's just going
Swing and a
up there.
miss.
No, going up there blind. You're
Bullshit.
not sitting on anything. Just literally, I'm swinging. I'm swinging as hard as I
Bullshit.
can. Well, you can't
Bullshit.
strike 3 on the first pitch, Tony.
I'm just going to call it anyway. Bullshit.
I think Tyone navigates a difficult Jays lineup. It could be the typical Tyone, even though, his numbers would suggest he's a little better than this, but 6 innings, 3 earned.
That's too high.
6 strikeouts, but 14th victory of the season.
Oh.
Because I think Jose Barrios goes 3 1/3,
Yeah.
7 earned runs, including that leadoff home run to Judge, and Giancarlo Stanton, can't hit water falling out of a boat right now. I think we'll have 2 home runs this game.
That's funny.
Kind of ease the tension there. Harrison Bader maybe with 3 hits, and I want to say the Yankees at the end of the day win this one 9-5 over the Blue Jays. They clinch the division. Judge gets the monkey off his back for now with 61. We anticipate 62. And it's the 95th victory of the season for the Yankees. And I just happened to think of this, Tony, because we didn't get to talk about this. I don't know what it was, but how they designated Andujar for assignment, picked up by the Pirates.
Yeah.
Did have a sac fly yesterday. And it's funny because, it's sometimes you have a guy in your organization, you believe in him, then they get rid of him. So it's like maybe out of spite, you don't want to do well. But I think he's paid his dues, and I wish him well in Pittsburgh. And I would not be surprised if he honestly makes the All-Star team next year. I think he's that good of a hitter. And I think the constant juggling of positions and AAA majors kind of just mess with him a little bit. Goes to Pittsburgh, no pressure. And I think he's going to succeed there. So we wish Miggy very well in Pittsburgh. But Yankees for my first pick. What do you got for number 2?
Number 2, dude. I'm going to stay within the NL East here. Who do you think I'm going with?
Braves.
Wrong. I'm going with the Phillies tonight.
That was my second answer.
Yeah.
Well, that's the only other answer there could be.
Anyway, we have 2 former Met pitchers facing against each other. The Phillies are in Chicago. It's going to be Zach Wheeler against Marcus Stroman. And Stroman, I understand, he has a 3.8 ERA. He's 4-7 in the season. But honestly, if you look at his last few starts, he's done pretty well. However, nevertheless, I'm going to take Zach Wheeler in this matchup because Mark Stroman is a rat, dude.
I smell a rat.
So give me Wheeler. Obviously, again, from what he was last season, from how he started this season as well. I think Wheeler has been a little underwhelming, as the season kind of progressed here. 2.98 ERA. He's 11-7. Of course, the Phillies have had struggles outside of pitching, which is what you can kind of equate that okay record for. But nonetheless, I think Wheeler's going to have, not much of an issue going through the Chicago's lineup here. Marcus Stroman against the Phillies. I don't know. I feel like the Phillies coming off of, I think they just split a series against the Braves. And the Cubs seemingly honestly had some decent offense. They had a 4-game series against Pittsburgh, taking 3 out of 4. However, I think a good offense stops here. We haven't really seen them have consistent offense all season. Phillies walk into this one. I'll say they win. I'll say 3-1. Wheeler goes 8 innings, 1 earned run, maybe 10 Ks. And yeah.
All right. So I'm gonna take the Braves. We were just talking about them, and I think, dude, they are coming for
trap
blood. And you could say trap game, but however, I mean, I know maybe if you look at the last 5 games, the Nationals are 2-3, but the offense has been a little better despite losing 8-0 last night. I think they're going to compete in this one, especially because, I know they have Paolo Espino.
No wins in the season.
No wins, 4.17.
Well, averages.
A lot of hits, 121 and 108. going against Kyle Muller, limited action, 10.57 ERA for the Braves. I actually think tightly contested game here. Bottom of the ninth, or actually not bottom of the ninth. I'm sorry.
Oh no.
Top of the ninth. Take a little sabbatical. Vaughn Grissom, go ahead, 3-run homer. Braves end up winning 5-4. Jansen in for the save.
Kenley Jansen
And the Atlanta Braves, virtue of that Mets hiccup against the Marlins, will be tied for first place.
The Mets are gonna lose tonight? Is that what you're saying?
In the NL.
No, Mr.
You didn't give me a chance. You didn't give me a chance on that one. I mean, the Braves, the Nationals, Tony. I mean, what do you want me to say? Let me finish, Tony. That really might be at least in the top 3.
Like that?
Possibly number 1. Let me finish, Tony.
Oh my God. Whatever, dude. All right. So you're taking the Braves, you said?
Yeah.
All right. Oh man, I didn't even think to look at my next pick here. I was too busy on the soundboard. I guess give me win. You think so? All right, give me Cleveland.
Red hot.
Red hot,
Clinch the
sneaky,
division, obviously.
sneaky good. I feel like right now. And you know,
Denver Blue Jays, wildcard series, go.
Yeah, Blue Jays.
Wow. Okay.
I think Cleveland offense good, pitching. I don't know. I feel like Blue Jays have a little bit of an advantage there.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. I mean, they got a good team.
Oh wow, you don't seem very happy about that one, dude.
I don't know. I just
no.
I
what do you
guess,
think, dude?
Well,
Who-
Cleveland wins. Yankees play Cleveland. We beat them last time. And
Yeah, but I'm just saying, like, honestly though, who do you think would win that?
Well, you think about the pitching too,
Right?
And I think 2 of the 3 games at Progressive Field,
right?
I really think maybe the Guardians, because we have seen this Blue Jays offense, especially away from the Rogers Center, struggle, and I could see them getting shut out by Bieber in Game 1.
Okay,
but didn't mean to jump in there on you. Kluber versus Bieber tonight.
Kluber versus Bieber. I think we saw Kluber get a little popped his last start, right?
Yeah, has not pitched well of late.
Has not pitched well as of late. Also, the Rays in general has only scored. They only scored 2 runs in the last 2 games. However,
prefer.
Indians won 7 in a row.
Prefer Chirp and Tony now.
Tonight is a trap game.
The times have changed.
I guess both of us are taking trap games tonight. But I think that's hogwash. Okay. I can't see Tampa Bay having good offense against Shane Bieber.
Right.
I mean, there's no way. Again, I mentioned, I understand 2 games were 2 runs, and then before that they put up back-to-back 10-run games on Toronto. But I mean, give me a break here. I mean, I feel like, hey, come on, dude. Who are those pitchers for Toronto? White, dude. Come on. Like, they didn't really have their top pitchers in there. It's just Shane Bieber. We know what he's capable of. Yeah, Barrios is the other game. Barrios kind of sucks. So give me Cleveland here. Bieber, 7 1/3, 1 earned run, 11 Ks.
Nobody ever has 11.
3 hits, no walks. And I would say Cleveland takes this one. I think they can win this 6-2. 6-2.
Yeah, no, I think
6-2.
honestly
prefer 6-2.
Prefers hitting the hashish a little bit. I mean, the Rays cannot score, especially against Bieber.
No way, dude.
Gentleman Jack. Or the Gentleman Jack. Timestamp. Timestamp. Is it a bite, Tony? Is it a bite? Anyway, Cardinals on the road in Milwaukee tonight. 7:40 from American Family Field, Milwaukee, Wisconsin. Miles Mikolas versus Adrian Hauser. Obviously, Cardinals have had a great year. Looking forward to trying to get one more title for Albert Pujols with that great game hitting those 2 home runs to get the 700 over the weekend. So I just think the Cardinals a lot better than the Brewers. Hauser sucks. So I think Miles Mikolas, 6 innings, 2 earned, 7 strikeouts. I think Hauser's chased after 4.
We've seen Miles go down.
Number 701. Goldschmidt continues his MVP season with another home run. And I want to say the Cardinals here 8 8-4
Nice,
over the
dude.
Milwaukee Brewers.
Adrian Hauser.
Adrian Hauser, Tony.
All right. Yeah, dude. So one more game, right? What do we have?
One more game.
I picked 3 already.
Yeah.
It's so funny because I totally forgot to scroll down and I saw all these like West Coast games here. Dude, the A's and the Angels. No fucking shot. Let's see what the Dodgers look like. Tyler Anderson, Blake Snell.
Blake Snell, ever since we called him out, has been on
I know.
fire.
So stupid, dude. I know, right? St. Louis, 1-0 win, 7 innings, no earned runs. Arizona, 7 innings, 1 earned run. LA, 4 innings, 5 earned runs. I'll go with the Dodgers tonight. Obviously, just mentioned his last start against the Dodgers, 4 innings, 5 earned runs. I think that if Blake Snell's giving up 5 runs to the Dodgers, no way in hell are the Padres scoring more than 3 against Tyler Anderson, against the Dodgers as a whole. 3 maximum, I feel like, is what they're going to be scoring tonight. So I would say give me the Dodgers here in somewhat of a close game. I guess give me Freddie Freeman. I guess top of the 9th, 2-run home run. And Dodgers close it out. They win 5-3.
Yeah. I mean, hard to argue with that one. The way the Dodgers have performed this season. So let's see. So last game of the night, a couple different places. I was thinking about going, but I think the Mariners are just so ready to cement their place in the playoffs and that drought. Little spotty play of recent. Robbie Ray had a hot streak, struggled a little bit recently. But I think against a Texas team that's ready to go home for the season, I think he'll perform well at home in front of the Seattle faithful. So give me Ray, 7 innings, 10 strikeouts, 3 hits, no walks, no runs. And I think Ty France hits a 3-run homer. Mariners 5-1 over the Texas Rangers, picking up their 84th victory of the season. I'm just excited to see them, in the playoffs here.
I said word. Ain't never told no lie.
And what do you think about this potential Rays Mariners playoff matchup?
Oh my God, I think Rays would roll them over, honestly.
Really?
Yeah.
I'm actually surprised about that one. Too.
Really? I mean, come on. I mean, the Mariners. I guess Castillo. Yeah.
And let's assume Julio's healthy because I know he's on the injured list.
Okay. All right, but still, I mean, offensively, yeah, I know you like Ty France.
Yeah,
but I mean,
Eugenio Suarez. Don't they still have Jesse Winker?
Do they?
I think he was part of that deal.
But still, dude, I don't know. I can't really see them putting in a series consistently. Maybe they'll take one.
Wow.
Can't do it, dude.
Were you surprised they jumped the gun on the Castillo extension?
No.
Because he still has a year next year. So
right.
But I don't know, man. I feel like we've seen this before. Like when you go an extension a year ahead, sometimes it comes
Bites
back
you
to
in the ass.
bite,
Yeah, and I feel like Castillo. Who did they just get beat by? Seattle. Castillo was pitching to you.
3 and
picked him
7 in the last 10.
I know. I feel like they're not.
Well, they lost 2 out of 3 to the Royals.
Right.
2 out of 3 to the A's. 3 out of 4 to the Angels.
I think it was the A's. You picked Castillo.
Yeah. Yep.
Against the A's, and he didn't pitch well. I mean, when you think about it, I don't know, dude. I just feel like against Tampa Bay, a playoff situation, Castillo, may do well, but I mean, I don't think anyone else on that team is doing well in terms of pitching. How's their bullpen, honestly? I haven't even heard of wow, there's some lights out guy coming out of their bullpen.
I don't know why I'm completely blanking on
anyone. Exactly, Brian.
It's gonna be somebody we know, though.
Oh, probably.
It's gonna be
this guy, yeah.
It's
former Yankee farmhand.
Former New York Met. Paul Sewald. 19 saves.
Oh, 19 saves?
Yeah.
Wow,
yeah.
Dude. Good for him.
And I don't know, man. I mean, I feel like the rotation is pretty good. You think about Castillo, you think about Logan Gilbert, you think about Robbie Ray, and then George Kirby, the rookie, 3.30 ERA this year. Swanson has been okay out of the pen as well. I don't know, man.
I think Robbie Ray's gonna do well in the playoffs.
I mean, I think against the Rays, dude. What are we giving the Rays credit for? What have the Rays done well this season other than McClanahan, Tony? I mean, Arozarena, like, and it's
Yeah.
like his season's not that good. You
I know, but I feel like the Tampa Bay always finds a way in the playoffs. I feel.
Yeah, but tell me though that this isn't the worst version of this team in the past
it
5+
is.
years.
Probably, yeah.
And I just feel like the numbers don't look good. I mean, sure, 84 wins is like
It's pretty
decent for a wild card team, but yeah, Rosarena, I mean, 20 homers,
for the AL
32
East.
steals, hitting 273. But other than him,
32 steals.
Isaac Paredes has 20 home runs, and then other than that, one guy has 10, and that's it. So really, no type of power on this team, which I think is concerning because you think about the teams that win the World Series, a lot of times they hit home runs. You think about all the home runs that the Braves hit last year. And I just think, pitching wise, other than McClanahan, I mean, who's Rasmussen? I mean, I don't think Kluber's getting a postseason start.
No, probably not.
And then the bullpen, it's been kind of by committee this year. I don't know, man. I think you're just feeling confident with them just because of the past couple years. But
you want to put a wager on it, dude? If it happens,
well, let's just
we'll get to it when they.
We'll get to it when we get to it, Tony. Okay.
I thought you were a betting man.
I am excited for the playoffs, though.
Yeah, me too, dude.
I will tell you that.
I know Michael's excited.
He seems very excited.
Yes. Almost jumped out of his chair.
He really did. No, we know he's looking forward to the Knicks.
Yeah, the NBA
training camp just opened up. And
speaking of training camp, say that again.
6th man of the year.
How is he still on the team?
I
thought they're like, no. I like him, but I'm saying I thought like they were like gonna part ways.
No,
there was talk about that last year at the end of the year.
Yeah,
the tabloids.
Did they re-sign him,
the
or
tabloids.
was he under contract?
I think he's under contract right now.
No, right now. But I'm saying, did they re-sign him this offseason, or he was already under contract?
He's already under contract. Yeah, no, he's already under contract.
But he injured all year last year, right?
Dude, stop.
Was he or no?
No.
Yeah, he was trash.
Listen to me.
He was so bad.
Did you see him? Thibs challenged him, told him to cut weight and get back to his rookie year weight, and he is.
How much did he weigh?
He lost 20 pounds this offseason.
Really?
Wait, is that picture of Jimmy Butler real with the hair or no?
Dude, did you see what I posted on Twitter?
Yes, but is that real?
It's hilarious. Yeah.
What
It's
is
not
Jimmy
his real
Butler?
hair. It's
extensions?
It's dreadlock extensions. Yeah.
Oh my God, what are you doing?
Really?
Yo, pull it up.
No,
pull it
dude. Go to Twitter, Tony. It's funnier on Twitter. Go to DTV Mike. Or Main Magic Mike. I'm so sorry. Main Magic.
Oh, and it's on the ESPN.
All right, so go to tweets and replies, I think it is. I know, isn't that funny? Go down. You could have gone up and just, but it's all right. Yeah, click there. Scroll down. It's from last night. There, all right, it's on that comment. All right, look at him and look at my comment.
All right, I gotta share this now.
Buffer is gonna like this one. Out of the box looking.
Okay, there we go. Here we go. Is this real, by the way? This is what he really looks like.
Yes, those are the years of Jimmy Butler with the Heat. And then go down to my look. Tell me he doesn't look like this dude. Tell me. Out of the box, hey, out of so long. Farewell to you, my friend. There you go, Tony. It's bad.
I just hope.
Why would he do that to himself?
I don't know. He thinks probably looks good.
No, I just saw an article on ESPN.com and it says that he wants to make the internet mad. That's what he said.
I hate the NBA so much, dude.
Why do
why do they have to do that?
I want it to be a good year, Michael. I mean, hopefully the Knicks are good. That'll give us a storyline.
The Knicks.
I know they're not messing around with all this bullshit.
Dude, the Knicks.
But Jimmy Butler's good though.
Let's talk Knicks. Fuck these guys. All right, so not only that, what's his name? Obi-Wan. He trained with what's his name? I can't remember his name right now, but he won most improved player of the year and 6th man of the year award in his career this offseason. Julius Randle leaving everything. This team is going to be all about sacrifice, spacing, giving up a good shot for a better shot. This is going to be a good team, dude.
How do you think they've?
RJ said they're going to shock the world.
But how have they worked it out with Randall? What do you think?
Right now, I think it's okay. He's in the best shape of his life.
But I'm saying with his teammates, is it because they see he's working hard?
Well, Derrick Rose said this year we have to come in, and if the 15th man can't tell the star, you miss your coverage, and him not getting mad, then we're gonna have a problem.
Yeah,
that's what he said, Derrick Rose. So,
and then you think about Thibs, obviously locked in, calling off the wedding.
Dude, you know it's funny.
What?
I saw a thing.
Thibs calling off a wedding, his own wedding.
Yo, I saw a thing that goes.
Happening.
I love at least we have a coach that only cares about basketball. Because, like, all these coaches getting allegations. What's his name liking the porn on Twitter?
Who?
Doc Rivers. Did you see that?
No.
Doc Rivers was liking porn accounts on Twitter. And it wasn't like they were retweeting or whatever. It was just like he liked them. And it was like 3 or 4. And then he unliked them and was like, someone hacked my account.
Yeah, okay, dude. What an idiot.
Yeah.
Come on, dude.
Yeah, look at Barnes just hates it.
Barnes is like, damn, like, I got to start unliking things now.
Hockey's going to be fun this year.
Speaking of hockey, preseason last night, Rangers-Islanders.
Chris
Kreider, Keandre Miller, shorthanded goal. They beat the Islanders, I think, 4-1.
4-1.
Jimmy Vesey, by the way, former New York Ranger, former New Jersey Devil, back on the Rangers now. Boston native, went to Harvard. Love Jimmy Vesey.
Great.
Had a goal last night. Great.
No,
Great.
I'm pumped.
Great.
I'm pumped for the Rangers.
Dude, did you see Shesterkin's new helmet?
I saw like a quick thing of it.
Looks fire. Dude.
Yeah.
Fire.
Fire. Most pressure.
Fire.
One player on the team this year. Who is it? Go.
Most pressure. Oh. That's it's always tough to say that in hockey. I mean, I guess. Let me see. I mean, I don't know. I want to say Trouba just because he's captain now. He was named captain. Most pressure to kind of, not only perform on the ice, but just to be the leader.
Mm-hmm.
But then you also have Chachuk too, who, got signed. Obviously he's going to be a big name from the offseason, and, he's got like a big contract and everything. There's going to be pressure on him immediately to kind of start performing offensively too. So probably those two. I would say maybe Trouba a little bit more just because of being that captain. You want to be a leader on and off the ice sort of deal. There's a little bit more responsibilities for Trouba.
Yeah. I'm honestly, I was going to say Kreider just because I don't know if I really thought the postseason was that successful for him. I don't think he stepped up, the way they expected. Is it Chachuk or is it Trocheck? That's what I was going to say.
Yeah.
What team is Chachuk on?
Because he wasn't on Carolina. It wasn't Carolina. It was I think it was a Canadian team.
Oh, okay. I just remember it wasn't the Blues,
Florida?
right?
No, it wasn't the Blues.
Okay. But yeah, I think Trocheck.
Yeah, Vincent Trocheck.
God, it has to live up a 7-year contract.
Deal, dude.
Yeah. So,
and also when you think about it's so hard to pick one because when you think about it, like Kako had the young line from last season. I mean, you obviously want to see them kind of produce in the regular season, something they didn't do at all last season. You expect them to pick up from where they left off. So there's pressure on them as well. I mean, there's pressure on the Rangers as a whole. I mean, when you think about it, I mean, they went deep into the playoffs for a year that no one really expected them to.
Right.
So now at this point, they kind of expect them to do the same, if not better. So there's a lot of pressure on the Rangers as a whole, but yeah, I'm thinking just the captain. I mean, you think about the captains through the years of the Rangers. I mean, like McDonough, Messier. I mean, it's been like obviously like a really long list of defensemen specifically too. So I mean, there's a lot of pressure on Trouba to be that type of captain to fill those skates. As Prefer mentions, if I chatted about Doc Rivers, my chat wouldn't be recognized. # double standard. Anything? If I chatted about Doc Rivers, my chat wouldn't be recognized.
I don't know.
Like if he made a comment about Doc Rivers liking porn stuff on Twitter, like he's saying like we would not recognize that.
Maybe
he's probably right, honestly.
Yeah, I don't know.
Like if Prefer commented that, I'd be kind of weary of showing that. I mean, is it double standard? I don't know. Prefer come into studio and you can talk about whatever you want.
Exactly.
And you have the control. Michael was in studio. Time. Yeah, set up a tea time, bud. We'll get you in. Even call in. If you call in, you can say whatever you want. I'm not gonna hang up on you.
Yeah.
I wouldn't say whatever you want.
And I was going to say, too, just to kind of wrap up this NHL conversation here, with the Rangers, I think this is, the most important season they've had in quite some time because this is a crossroads. You have a season, a younger team, you advance further in the playoffs than you expected. So the next year, there's a lot of expectations, and you either, excel with those expectations or you have a disappointing season. So I don't think it's one where, you're kind of just the same. It's one or the other. And we're going to see this year if the Rangers are on their way to a sustained run to multiple Stanley Cups or if everyone got ahead of themselves. And I don't think it's the latter. But the thing is, they can't get complacent. And I really hope to Gallant. I wasn't happy with him down the stretch.
Talk about pressure.
I think he has a lot of pressure. So let's see Gerard lead the fellas back to the Stanley Cup Finals.
Yeah.
So,
dude, there's pressure all around the New York Rangers this season. Some may say, a Ruthian type of pressure.
Yeah.
On top of them. But yeah, I mean, I'm totally stoked. Obviously, preseason got off to a hot start. Preseason, we know, but still, to be back on the ice, to see some of these guys coming on and hitting the ground running here, it's always a good time.
Pumped to show the NHL what the New York Rangers are about. Can't wait to talk about it more as the season starts, Tony.
It's looming, dude.
It is looming. And I believe we have speaking of looming, a very exciting episode of Screen Time coming up.
Oh my God, we do. 1:00 today. We're doing best Seinfeld episodes. I mentioned yesterday, Mike just finished the series. Man and I, obviously lifelong fans. So to finally get together, the three of us, and talk about it and break down some of our favorite episodes, it's going to be dope. Also, I don't know if Barnes is into this, but the Jeffrey Dahmer show just came out on Netflix. It's called Monster, the Jeffrey Dahmer story. Are you aware of Jeffrey
Yeah,
Dahmer?
I remember I commented and I said, is he related to Gordon Damer?
Yes. Yeah. Very, very funny stuff, dude. But we're going to review that show. I watched a couple episodes last night. I think like 10 episodes are out actually on Netflix. They just bang, like set it all out. I don't know like what the deal is. If it's just like a limited series or if it's going to be a whole big thing. I would imagine a limited series. I mean, Jeffrey Dahmer did have a limited run. So
stay tuned for that.
It's going to be dope, Brian. Brian's going to be tuning in. Everyone should be tuning in.
Always tuning in. So definitely watch that.
Sure,
1:00.
Seinfeld episodes. What do you got, dude? Favorite one? You, Brian. What do you got? Go.
The Yankees, obviously.
What are you talking about? The Yankees.
Costanza teaches them how to hit. I mean, Tony, I've barely seen any episodes, but that's a question for Chokery. I'm sure next episode when he's watching live, he'll comment about that.
Oh, I hope so. I hope Chokery tunes in.
Yeah, absolutely. Dude. But all I have to say is, once again, great show. Really appreciate everyone tuning in, continuing to comment, like, and subscribe, as well as checking out the archives on the YouTube page. The Summer Turning Fall Collection, downtimetv.com. Everybody enjoy the day. Enjoy Screen Time.
Sayonara.
Enjoy the Yankees winning the division and Judge hitting number 61.
No way.
Let's go. And we will see you mañana.
Let's go, Mets.
Hey guys, Tony here from Downtime TV checking in. I want to thank all our fans out there who's been liking, subscribing, sharing our content. You guys are the best. You guys are our bloodline. You make us love what we do.